It is 2.
It is now. Steve,
so we gotta go quick.
You know what? Everybody knew. Here we go.
We're live.
Welcome. First story.
That would be mind-blowing.
Trending stories are taking over.
TSTO. Why does he get a bell for that?
Next story.
Everybody get down.
According to the sounds, I'm not doing so hot today.
TSTO.
TSTO thing. TSTOMG.
TSTO.
That's crazy.
Story time. Woo!
It's so clean.
What is going on, everybody?
That was
So
good.
fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean. Hey,
That's right.
it's a TSTO show. I'm Todd Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
I'm Chris Cody.
And Stevie's in the building.
I'm here,
Woo!
yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man,
Stevie
so much fun.
McNeevy.
You guys, oh wait, somebody's calling me. Who's calling me right now?
They want to be on the
Who's
show.
calling me?
Tryouts.
It's my friend. And I
You
can't
have
talk to him
none.
right now.
That's right.
You have none of them.
Well,
no friends.
I have a friend or two. I mean, some of us are here in the building.
Hey.
Your
I
phone
would
just
like
said
to say-
potential spam, and you told the internet that you had a friend calling you because you wanted to seem like you had more friends.
Oh, you caught me. You caught me, Jake.
We have
Anything
one
with these
friend.
We have one friend.
Collectively.
And he's
Hey.
here.
Hey. That makes me feel really good. It makes me really excited to be here.
That's good. We're glad that you're here.
Yeah.
So we
we're
have
gonna
one
take you
friend,
off
and then
screen.
we have one podcast daddy, and that's Steve.
Boom.
Steve is by far, we've said it before, Steve is the glue that holds this crazy town together.
He's podcast daddy.
I mean, it really is. It's something that we appreciate and need constantly.
Yeah,
Like,
you
we,
need-
really
we
do
go,
need
hey,
it,
we're gonna
yes.
we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live at what time we tell you? We're gonna go live at 1.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
right now it's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 1:30 because I knew it wouldn't happen at 1.
You knew
Yeah.
it. You see, he knows. Steve knows all, guys.
See, here's the thing: if you're going to be in podcasting, you need one of 2 things. It'd be nice to have 2 things, right, and get a clean sweep.
Yes, always
We need to have
have
one
those
of 2 things, and one of those things is a podcast daddy, and we have Steve.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
And then the other thing is a forever mommy.
Oh.
And I mean, you got Holly and you got Tammy,
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
and so I think Steve, I'm going to ask you, will you be my forever mommy?
Things just got weird.
I think
Yeah.
it's time to leave.
We're not that kind of show, Jake. We're not. This is not that kind of show. But hey, we're
You
here.
are not the
there's-
forever mommy.
No, you are not the forever. Sorry, that's you know what that's. We're gonna bell that not
Yeah.
the forever mommy, but it's trending stories, and they're taking over, and we're live on the internet.
Woo.
We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. We're
You know,
on
it never
the
gets
Twitter.
old.
You know, it
Spotify?
doesn't. What doesn't ever get old?
Being live on the internet.
It's crazy. Like when you hit the button, you have that little bit of a feeling like
Yeah. It's terrifying.
you're afraid right now.
There's
I
going to be
am.
like a grand total of like 5 people that see this.
Yeah,
And those
that's
5 people aren't in this room.
So as a matter of fact,
That's
so here's,
weird.
So here's the interesting thing: in live, we get between like there's 2 people watching now, and who I don't know where they're at, but they're going to comment below. Tell us where you're watching from. But we have got 174 subscribers on YouTube
Woo.
already. We have got 100 and I think we're almost to 200 on Facebook, but we have got a load of views. People are seeing
Yeah.
this stuff. People are loving the Bieber thing
Nice.
because Jake loves Bieber so much.
Ugh.
And then the Jason Momoa is a hit.
Right.
Jason
All
Momoa
right.
is
Well,
a hit.
hey, I mean, I guess it's right here. We're cultivating. We're sowing our crops.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're sowing
Our
our
seeds,
seeds, reaping
right.
our crops. Right.
Sure.
Right.
So
Yeah, we
we're
don't sow crops.
No,
That's
you
not how it
don't.
works.
No.
But what we
that's
are
odd.
going to be doing is we're going to be you're hearing it here first. We're going to be starting a cult.
No,
And
no.
it is-
Well,
No.
I could probably write some
All of
material
you
for that.
subscribing have
Jake, I'm taking you off screen. I'm
Okay.
not even
all of
allowing
you
the people
subscribing
to-
have just L.
Nope,
Ron Hubbarded you.
Nope.
No.
I muted everybody.
Oh.
I muted everybody.
Oh, no.
We're all back.
Well,
Okay,
we
good.
L. Ron Hubbarded.
No, we.
I was taken behind by the comet.
So, trending stories have been taking over. There's a lot of things happening.
Hold on to my
and,
rods.
we're going to talk about a few of them. You what?
L. Ron Hubbard just tells everybody to hold on to his rods. Hold on to my rods.
Oh my goodness.
And then they like get audited. That's
There
what
you
you do,
So
right?
I don't know. No, I don't know
Hold
what
on
you're
to the
talking
rods or
about.
audit people?
I do not audit people. Auditing is not for the faint of heart, and I am not one of those people.
Yeah.
But something that is sad, speaking of faint of heart,
Very sad.
it's a very sad story because somebody has left us.
Yes.
Somebody
An
has
extremely
left.
important person has left. us.
Somebody
Someone
that-
you think about every single day of your life if you're on a computer.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, technically, actually, you never think about this person.
I will
'cause
now,
I
and
didn't
you will
even
now,
know-
too.
Yeah, we will now. I didn't even realize this person, who this person was, but I knew it had to be somebody.
Right.
But if you've ever done cut, copy, or paste in your entire life, you should be sad today because father of cut, copy, paste Larry Tesler dies at 74.
Young
That's it.
age.
That's it.
That is kind of a young age.
It
You
is.
know?
Well, so he's 74, but he created cut, copy, paste. He created that entire idea. And like, I use it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm constantly Command C, Command V, Command X, all of it, all the time. And then Command Z to, who did
Undo, yeah.
Undo. Who did that command? I can find that person.
Hopefully he's
check.
not already been undone.
No. Oh.
Oh, great Weezer song.
Yeah.
But yeah, cut, copy, paste, man. Somebody, this guy, he went through. So he was at Apple. He was at Palo Alto Research Center. Then he was at Apple, and
Also known as Park.
also known as Park.
Yeah.
PARC. That's
Okay.
right. It's very. It's not like Smart Pack.
The pack. It's
It's
not pack.
not Pack. It's just smart.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's no longer with us, and it's a sad day
is
because
sad.
literally Larry Tesler created something that made all of our lives better.
Yeah.
He really
Absolutely.
did.
More convenient.
So convenient.
So convenient.
So convenient.
so convenient.
cut time
So
in half.
convenient.
So convenient. See, we're just
We're
copying,
and pasting.
I think it's time for a cut.
Yeah.
Steve for the win. It's time for a cut. Steve, you know what? You get a bell and a
Thank you,
clap
yeah.
for that because it was definitely we needed a cut. What are you clapping
no,
about
I
over
was
here?
It's clapping me over
I was
here.
just big scissors.
Big scissor cutting. All right. So that is a
Ooh, you make a
sad
new
day.
game, like
That's a sad day. And
copy
you know, it's one of
paste.
those things you don't realize somebody had to come up with that. Somebody had to come up with a cut,
that's,
copy, paste.
That's something that I didn't really think about. It's like, oh wait, yeah, somebody actually had to come up with the idea of like, let's copy and paste that. I feel like it'd be pretty self-explanatory, you know?
Right.
Like, just
well,
like,
because we're so used to it. Like, and there's so many things technology wise that we do take for granted like that we're like, oh yeah, sure. Like undo, Command Z. That's just a thing. Somebody came up with that command and somebody wrote it into software and then it created itself and that's the thing. Like that whiteboard over there. Like, yeah, everybody's had whiteboards. No, they haven't. Caveman had stones and sticks and they wrote on the
Chisels.
walls.
Right?
And chisels. Yeah.
caveman's just grunted at each other.
And then they made fights.
So Command
Yeah.
Z.
Command Z.
Command
yes,
Z
tell
was
us.
created by Warren Titleman,
Warren Titleman,
who
we
also
salute
worked
you.
at Park.
Oh,
They're
uh-oh.
brothers.
Well,
How do you
now
come up with the
Work
name
brothers.
Control Z?
Control Z.
How do you come up with that name?
Yeah, where does that come from?
I-
What
I-
is
that's a
Z?
good-
Well, it's
Z
easy.
for
It's right there.
Well, it's easy, but it's
the end.
also it's the end, right? It's the end of the alphabet, and so maybe it's like a repeat symbol, like in music. Like maybe it's that, or maybe we should just Google it on the internet and find out what it actually is.
Well, I mean, I would have to Yahoo it.
No, gross! You still haven't fixed that.
I've tried.
Yahoo's.
You're fired.
Yeah,
you gotta fix
Yahoo.
that. Get the Yahoo off of there. But you know, speaking of Yahoos,
Get the Yahoo out of
get the
here.
Yahoo out of here. Speaking of Yahoos, there's a lot of Yahoos in the entertainment business.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like Justin Bieber.
Like no, like we're gonna get to Justin Bieber, Jake. Calm down.
okay.
I know that you love Justin Bieber and all the
excited
things
for that one.
you're ready for the yummy. You're glad his album dropped on the 14th.
No.
You're really excited about it. You've
Wait, is
you've
that his
listened
song?
To, yeah, that's his thing. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
you've
the
got that
Wiggles.
Yummy. No. Oh, poor Wiggles. Hey, we got to check in on that guy.
Yeah,
See if
Greg
he's doing
Page.
okay.
How's he doing?
Not right now. Don't check
No,
on him
okay,
right
we
now.
have
We'll do it
enough.
another show. We got a lot of stories. But speaking of stop it! You're still typing. Speaking of interesting things, Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay. Okay, Home Alone. One of the best Christmas movies in existence.
Oh, totally the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Easily
Steve?
the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like that is one of the favorites. When it's Christmas time, I always love going to the Home Alone. And Macaulay Culkin, who is Kevin. If you're not
Do you
a
watch all three of them or just the first one?
So, you know, I've seen one, I've seen two. I like them both. I have
Okay.
not seen three because it's a different kid.
Right.
But I
Don't.
feel like I need to
And
just
different
to know.
robbers, too.
No,
right?
no. It's no. I think it's still Pesci, right? Isn't he still in?
I don't
the
know
third
if
one?
Pesci's still. We need to watch it.
We're gonna
but
Google it.
We should tell the people. But Tiffany says she's a Bieber believer. And you know what,
Tiffany, I thought we were friends.
Tiffany, we salute you. You get a bell
Well,
for
is
that.
she
Tiffany.
saying she's a Bieber believer or
Yeah.
is she pointing like.
No,
at-
she's not. She's Bieber believer right here. She's
She's right there.
right there.
That's like there, not here.
Well, maybe she's absolutely Home Alone.
Absolutely
Tiffany says,
Home Alone.
See, it's
Yes.
a-
Oh, okay.
for
Okay.
sure.
Good.
This is great
So-
television.
Okay, so Home Alone. Home Alone is big, but Macaulay Culkin has grown up. He's not a child anymore. Do you
No.
know that?
but he looks the same.
He's apparently older than I am.
He looks really well. He looks different. He looks older. But look at him here.
He looks kind of worn.
Macaulay.
Man,
title
look
of
how
this
cool he
article,
is.
Macaulay Culkin is not like you. I mean,
Apparently
obviously, he looks like a little bit like Mick Jagger,
Right?
like feeling that rocker vibe.
I still think he looks like, maybe a son of Steve Buscemi.
I agree. I think that is he does look like the
in the eyes.
stun. I can't speak.
You're turning into Greg Page. Somebody call an ambulance.
No, that was no. I don't even. I went to the bell. I can't give a bell for that.
He said that he had no symptoms before the whole thing happened. By the way.
Okay, you're talking about Greg Page?
Yeah,
the Wiggles.
The Wiggles guy.
So, so Jake, what happened to Macaulay Culkin that makes him not like me?
The dude is just kind of insane.
Yes.
like honestly, like he so like he has a lot of phrases that he reuses. One of them is the ball and the biscuit.
Yes.
Okay.
And so he talks about like Lizzo, like everybody's favorite Lizzo.
Right.
And he's like, she's the ball and the biscuit.
Breakout artist of the year or something like that. Right? For Apple.
That's right. She has that song.
He said that there was one movie that he did where he called it the ball and the biscuit. Where did he?
So he stole the line from a writer from a movie?
No. Like he called this movie that he had this job in. Like, that was so much fun. It was the ball and the biscuit. It's so deep in this
Is it
article.
going by Matt Culkin
This article,
now? So that's it?
this article is literally just like a step-by-step, like in like conversation.
Yeah.
With Macaulay
It's
Culkin
an
while he's in
interview.
a photo shoot, and it was like his first photo shoot in like 15 years.
So I heard him on the Joe Rogan show and talking through some of the stuff you mentioned in the article. It talks about this media company that he's got.
Yeah,
And they do podcasts and like kind of like Mad Magazine is kind of the way that he talked about it in the interview that I heard. But it's something important. Nick says that he thinks he can weigh in on the Bieber dilemma. Tiffany is definitely calling Jake a believer.
There you go.
You know what? He really is. He's just he's hiding. He's hiding. But Macaulay Culkin, and you think about all the stuff that he went through, like
Hide your knives.
hide your knives. No, wait,
What?
no. It's, have you not seen that meme, Kris?
No, I don't see anything.
Yeah, hide your wives. It's almost as
hide your
good.
wives.
It's almost as good as ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, but like hide your knives.
Hide your knives.
Hide your knives.
So
if you're calling me a believer, hide your knives.
okay, all right, guys, don't
Okay.
call Jake a believer. He's totally a believer.
A believer.
But so
Macaulay Culkin's dating
Macaulay Culkin's dating who?
Brenda Song.
Brenda
Oh,
Song.
wow.
So I need to look that up because Brenda Song.
You
said that, and I was like,
she was London Tipton in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
oh, look at that.
And she was also Wendy Wu in Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. And these are the Disney people I will get behind.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you behind these people?
They are.
Because these people were part of my childhood.
Oh, because they were sweet.
Justin Bieber was a sworn enemy.
But why?
Of Swoo?
I don't understand. We'll get to Bieber in a second. We'll get to Bieber. Actually, you know what? Bieber's next. We'll talk about
let's
Bieber
do
in a
that
second.
next.
But Macaulay Culkin, growing up as fast as he did he's like Justin Bieber to the extreme because he was so young and in the movies. Like it's like crazy the attention that he got, and then things just got weird.
Yeah, and
like
I mean,
his
he started
relationship
doing
with Michael
crazy
Jackson and then all the
drugs.
drug stuff he
Yeah.
did.
It's kind of good. The internet necessarily wasn't where it was when that all happened for him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It
probably
would've been
true.
worse.
Yeah,
That's probably
he
true.
probably would have been way off the handle. I mean, there is this quote where he says, "I don't do drugs recreationally. I still kind of drink like a fish. I drink and I smoke, but I don't touch the things. I do love them though. They're like old friends, but sometimes you outgrow your friends." Like, wow.
Okay.
I mean,
Like,
think
So he
about
does touch
talking
the
about
things,
just-
but he doesn't touch. Which things is he touching?
Drugs. Like he's
Okay.
talking. He's
Yeah.
talking about
Well,
like he
has-
doesn't touch
I drink
the
and smoke,
things,
but I don't touch the things.
but
I
he
do
does
them.
love them.
he talked about
Okay.
dealing with that in the interview that I listened to too. So it sounds like it's a lot of the same stuff. But he, I mean, you just talk about the whirlwind and the exposure and stuff, and then you think about the kids now, like Billie Eilish. I was listening to the Justin Bieber interview with Zayn on Apple Music, just talking about his interaction with Billie Eilish for the first time, and it was interesting to hear him talk about how it was so fast for him, but it's so much faster for her. Like everything sped up, because of the internet.
that is true. Justin Bieber kind of blew up overnight too.
Yeah, and he was a YouTube guy.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. That's where Usher found him. But it wasn't at all where it is
Yeah,
now.
Eilish is like, oh, hit song, and that was ready.
Intense, like super crazy. And to hear Bieber, who went so fast, then talk about somebody like Billie Eilish and saying,
Wow, that's crazy.
fast?
And what is that?
That's
like,
crazy.
That's what it's been like 7-8 years
For
since like he really started to like get popular.
Bieber?
Yeah,
yeah.
probably more than that. Probably
Well,
like
no,
10
he was
years.
he
or
was
so.
young when he came out with the first because what was the first
Wasn't it
documentary?
Baby?
Baby was the first hit song with Ludacris. But the anyways, that these people, these child stars that get blasted with all this attention and really no guidance.
Yeah.
A lot of times, which I think Macaulay Culkin is a
Well, I mean, that just seems to be like what happens to Disney stars in general. And not to say that Bieber was necessarily a Disney star, but he definitely hung around that crowd. You know, like the whole thing with him and Selena Gomez, right?
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
he was connected to him just because probably their age and being in show business.
Yeah.
They were at events and in rooms all the time. I mean, that's how he met his wife Haley, was just being because they were in the same industry.
Yeah. I mean, I will say if there is like a pop group that I would get behind, it's definitely the Jonas Brothers.
It's not in sync.
Well, I mean, come on. Or that's Backstreet Boys.
Is Bye Bye Bye?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
In Sync.
That's right, because it's Backstreet's Back. All right.
Yeah.
In Sync would be who
did
knows? It's
NSYNC
Justin
do?
Timberlake. It's awesome. You know what? We're moving on to the next story because the
Yeah.
next story actually relates to all of this because it's Justin Bieber, guys. He's back in the news. He's back in the news. Jake, are you excited that we're doing another Bieber story?
Oh wait, no. In Sync was Bye Bye Bye. In
See,
Sync
I
was
knew
Bye
it.
Bye,
I
and
know
they were also It's Gonna Be My.
yeah. I'm an NSYNC guy. I
right.
will
All right.
bell myself for that because I love the Timberlakes. I love the NSYNC.
Justin Timberlake is-
Comment me on if you want.
Awesome.
But speaking of pop idols, we're back to Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber said something. He was recently on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden. We showed Kris that for the first
Yeah,
time. It was fantastic.
it was
I love that
really
show.
fun.
Jake, you said that the Foo Fighters episode is really great.
Yeah, that one's
on
good.
Was the
Carpool
whole
Karaoke.
band in there?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was, yeah. It's
Pat Smears in the back just.
But so Justin
check it out.
Timberlake, Justin
Just
Bieber,
Bieber.
right, was in Carpool Karaoke, and he was asked a question by James Corden, and we've got the clip right here. So let's go to the clip.
Let's
Here
see
we
the
go.
clip.
Here we go. Let's see
Yeah,
what James
let's see it.
Corden asked Justin Bieber.
Now, I want to talk to you about something, Justin Bieber. A choice you made last year. I'm going to say I found it perplexing.
Okay.
When you challenged Tom Cruise to a fight. Why?
I love his response here.
I don't know. I was just being stupid.
Yeah, like you are.
Yeah.
You baby boy, man.
Wait. So he starts with that. Now we'll get into the rest of this video, but he starts with the I don't know. I was being dumb. But he gets really defensive.
he gets
does,
heated.
yeah.
He gets like he wants to fight
the little
James
boy he
Corden. Like,
is.
hold- okay,
You
let's
don't know
go.
who he is.
No, okay, here we go. Here we go back to this.
People were like, "Yeah, I want to see this happen," and then I was like, "You know what? That could actually be funny." And I would
I don't think it would
done
be much fun for you.
Here it comes.
I gotta say, I think if
look at his
me and you
face.
have a fight, you win. I think if you and Tom Cruise have a fight, I
No,
back Tom every day of the
absolutely
week.
not.
I back
What-
Tom
what-
every day of the week.
This is
I
a
try not to
classic
let my
like
ego get in the way,
defense
but-
mechanism right here.
Right.
Well, the funny
He's
thing
looking
is-
out the window. He's not making eye
He doesn't look back at
contact.
Corden.
Yeah.
He doesn't look back at Corden. He doesn't say anything like any reasons. He's just like, I don't. It's not. Can't be. Okay, let's be real. Let's do a poll of the room right here.
Tom
Justin
Cruise.
Bieber, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Like
Tom Cruise.
I'm Tom,
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise. And
Just-
the reason why is he does his own stunts.
he doesn't.
Right?
Well, except for that Tom Cruise has a stunt double named
Ben Stiller.
Tom Cruise. No.
Oh.
Wait, does Ben Stiller know him? Does
They
Ben
worked
Stiller
together.
know?
Oh no, I saw this thing when he did Mission Impossible 2, and Ben Stiller did this whole
Right,
thing.
but
We
s-
look just like him.
No,
was
that's
funny.
Tom Cruise. That's not Ben Stiller.
No,
that's
but
Tom Cruise.
it
He's
was-
actually the stunt double.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is his own stunt double.
Right. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is Tom Cruise's stunt double.
Right.
But with Cruise with a Z. Like he's really
No.
Yeah,
This,
come on.
no.
Okay, we'll show you
Buzzer.
later.
Buzzer.
Anyways, okay,
Buzzer.
I'll buzz myself. You're welcome, Jake. Tiffany says go back to. She's a New Kids fan. New Kids for real. I had the cut jeans and everything. New
Kids.
Wow.
So hold on, Steve. What's your vote?
Tom.
Tom
Yeah!
Cruise. So are you guys
Podcast
across the board?
daddy.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my feeling.
Oh, no.
Here's my
He did
feeling.
bare knuckle fighting and Far and Away.
It was a movie though. It was a
Oh
movie.
my gosh.
But he does his own
knew
stunts.
it.
He does those stunts. It's a movie. However, Tom Cruise, I feel like, would not necessarily wipe the floor with Justin Bieber.
No.
I think Tom Cruise would probably win just from old man strength.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's Nick says not even close. Tom Cruise for the win. Mission Impossible. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what James
yeah,
Corden
exactly.
says. He was in movies like Mission Impossible. The name of the movie is Impossible, yet he makes it happen.
Ooh, what kind of fighting style would each of them be?
Okay, that's a good question.
That is a
Tiffany
good
says,
question.
what kind of fighting style would each of them be? Jake, what kind of fighting style would Justin Bieber have, and what would Tom Cruise have?
Okay, so Tom Cruise is definitely going to be like a
I was
jujitsu
thinking
or
the
like
same
a Krav Maga, right?
Yeah.
Justin Bieber is
It's
going
gonna
to
be
be
like
little baby boy behind the school gym. You know? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like just do it.
Stop.
Here's
And then he like Tom Cruise backs up a little bit. He'd be like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, Tom Cruise is just like, and then it's like a whole big thing. But real quick, let's just look at this. This is Tom Cruise shirtless.
Oh, look at that.
At what, 50 something?
Yeah,
60?
come
How
on.
old is he now?
That I mean, like you can tell he's sucking it in just a little bit. But either way,
But you know
I don't
what?
even look like that when I suck it in.
But-
Goodness gracious.
now that is Tom Cruise just living his life. Now,
But
if
here-
you type in Justin Bieber shirtless,
Careful there. Be careful there.
All right, here. So, Steve, what's your
Don't mess with my Maverick.
Maverick. Are you excited for Top Gun?
Yeah, I
that's
kinda
gonna
wanna
be
see
so
that.
sweet.
We should go. Well, that should be the four of us. We should go
Okay.
watch that. We should go see Top Gun 2, and then we'll talk about it on here. It's going to
Awesome.
be amazing.
That'd
I'm
be
excited
awesome.
about that. Tiffany says,
wow, there are so many pictures of Justin Bieber shirtless.
well, stop looking at them. You're going to be convinced that he can beat him. So here's the deal. Justin Bieber would dance fight. He would break out a dance fight.
No, he's
and
just
he
a
would
little
do-
boy. He's in underwear.
Look at it, but look at his wings. Look at that. He's so buff.
No.
He's so buff.
That's
I mean,
you ever look?
Okay, all right, you're right.
No.
Tom Cruise would totally win.
yeah, because it's
Tom
like
Cruise would
it's like
totally win.
fighting your dad.
But so he tweeted that, and then James Corden, and then he goes in and he says, "Oh no, arm wrestle me right now." Like
Yeah.
he's serious. He's like, I'm gonna fight you. Arm wrestle me right now. And James Corden's like, you know this is gonna be televised, right? James Corden has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
James Corden said you would beat me in a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber says, arm wrestle me. And James Corden like, okay. He puts his arm on the armrest. Justin Bieber grabs it, and then you know what I thought was funny? Did you? Well, let's. I'm gonna see what happens here because the way that he arm wrestles him is very interesting to me.
It's like what
Because-
you do when you're like smaller than somebody.
Yes,
in your arm
yes.
wrestling.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
And I was kind of disappointed and do like the over the top.
Okay.
Oh, he tries to watch his hands.
Is half of Tom Cruise.
This is Tom Cruise.
This is half of Tom
Okay,
Cruise.
so see his hand. Okay, now he's trying to go over the top. Look at him go. It's like he needs to turn
Yeah,
his
he's
hand
already
around.
got the curl in. When you
He's
get the
already
curl in,
10.
it's
He's
game
grabbing.
over.
He's grabbing the seat. He's up on his
Ready?
left
3,
leg, and he's
2,
got his body weight. And now he's pushing.
He's leveraged in. He's got his leverage going.
Okay,
Yep,
of
yep.
course he's gonna. Of course
Yeah,
he's gonna
okay,
win.
And then he
there.
has to drive the car.
That's the
Jerk.
thing. So James Corden, obviously, he's the host of the show. He's not going to let Justin Bieber lose. This.
No,
He's
he's
being
not.
polite.
He's being polite.
But
James Corden could punch his little baby nose right in his face right there.
I don't know. No, I don't like that. I'm
And
like-
possibly kill him.
no, he couldn't. Come on.
No, he
there's no
seems
way.
too
James Corden's
pacifist
too
for that.
nice.
Yeah.
But I think that it's funny, just this whole interaction, Justin Bieber saying he could beat Tom Cruise because
I'm not talking about like personal. I'm not talking about James Corden's personality and
I
like
know.
being able to like punch.
Like
I'm talking
actual
about physical ability.
I
Like
get
we're-
it. I
they're
get it.
Putting two apes in a car and letting them just go absolutely bonkers on each other.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool.
Right?
ape car fighting.
Ape car fighting. Ape car. Mad Max meets King Kong in theaters this summer.
Oh my gosh. Hey, but you know what they're driving? I think is this a Tesla?
Oh, brother.
I'm pretty sure that's a Tesla that they're in.
Is it?
I mean, it's James.
They look nice on the
It
inside.
is super nice. Got the big old window on top. I'm pretty sure that's a Tesla. But you know what's interesting is
me.
our next story has to do with Teslas. What a transition!
What amazing thing are they doing now?
Get out of the road.
Thank you, James
Get out of the
Corden,
road.
for the transition. We really appreciate that.
Get out of the road.
But okay, Jake, you're saying get out of the road.
Get
Why
out of the
should
road.
people get out of the road
Because
here?
of the fact that nobody's driving these things
What?
and they're just speeding up a lot.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
so yeah, so here's the story.
They
So
can't read.
the Tesla autopilot gets tricked into accelerating from 35 to 85 with modified speed limit sign. Now, here's an interesting thing. So here's the sign, right? That is very much not a good 3.
No.
That looks like a very bad 3. So realistically, I would say, I might have missed that.
That looks like a
okay,
Photoshop
okay,
3.
but this is hackers. A group of hackers has managed to trick Tesla's first generation autopilot into accelerating from 35 to 85 miles per hour with a modified speed limit sign that humans would be able to read correctly.
Wow.
Right. So this is something that they're doing to test,
Right.
saying, should people be autonomously driving
No.
Teslas?
No, you
It's-
can't have. Okay, they have games in Teslas now. They're like it's like driving a Nintendo.
I haven't even got to be in one yet.
Oh, they're cool. They're way cool. They're way cool. And
Thank
it's
you,
like
Elon Musk.
you're like sitting there, and you're like, like looking over the person that's driving you because you're terrified, right? I'm terrified when people are driving in general, right? And so I'm
Hold
just,
on. Steve's got to go. Bye, Steve.
bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve. We'll see. Wait, I hit
Steve,
the wrong button.
I hope you don't have a Tesla.
There it is. Yeah.
Wish I had one.
Yeah. You know what?
Well-
if anybody has an extra Tesla lying around, send it over here. Steve's happy to take it.
Send it to
TSTO.
TSTO care of.
TSTO.com. So,
Yeah, we'll just get you there.
in the Tesla.
So
yes,
in the
it's
Tesla, you're sitting
terrifying.
there. You're just kind of like eyeballing the guy that's like driving the Tesla,
In
right? Because
quotes.
he's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
driving the Tesla.
Wait,
and then he
who's
like
sitting there
he goes, and then the car just veers and it stays within the lines of the road. It is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Isn't there something where you have to have your hand touching the steering wheel
No.
for it to continue to go? That's not.
No.
Oh man.
No, you can just sit there. You can go full like bananas on your double. You know what I mean? Like you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want.
So I wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't want the car to drive for me the whole trip because it's just part of like, you know, enjoying the ride. But to be able to enjoy a double without having to use the knee or like the
Wait, Chris, are you saying that you drive while you're eating?
There's no laws
Are you saying
against
you
that.
don't?
And
I'm on the internet
I've
live.
seen you do it.
Really,
on the internet
it's
live,
frustrating
guys.
because In-N-Out, in order to preserve all the deliciousness that's in the burger,
Yes,
they
yes.
wrap it tight.
Right, correct.
But when you get to that paper, it's like, okay, I got to drive.
You gotta
I
pull the
get
paper
around this
down, right.
Otherwise, you get
Yep.
paper in your mouth, and that stinks.
No,
because
it's
you're
not
chewing on
good.
paper, you're not
Right.
delicious burger, and so
melts.
you have to kind of pull it and make sure it doesn't fall out on you because that's frustrating.
Right. Then you
More
lose
so-
the goodness.
Right? Yeah, because it's not in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's just on your shirt.
You're right. It's
Okay, so-
it's better to drive with your knee. And
But
do
who
the
doesn't like to
double-double.
suck on their shirt a little bit?
Not on the air.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so Tesla's got tricked. So I didn't realize that Teslas were reading speed limit signs. I thought it was all like internet based.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No. There's cameras all throughout. The Tesla is the only one that actually uses cameras rather than sensors.
Why wouldn't
So-
they just have, okay, why not the GPS and everything so they can have the actual map embedded into their code? Why not have it so that, hey, in these areas, these are the speed limits of these areas. So as soon as they hit that part of the map, boop, I'm 35.
Definitely think that has something to do with it.
I think they have both.
right.
Really?
Because I think they probably do both because I don't think they could get by actually having autonomous driving cars without some sort of technology part and camera. Like they're merging the two, which I think is probably
Yeah.
why it works the
So
best.
they need a little piece of tech that then counters it and basically to rely on the map so that when they see this looks kind of like an 85, the Tesla should be saying, doth mine eyes deceive me?
Well, okay,
is
but-
that not an 35 in this
but
zone?
here's the problem.
And then you put up a little button that says pick 35 or 85.
well, but here's the
there you go.
problem. Okay, there you go. But what if you're asleep? And
Or eating a delicious double.
but what about,
my hands.
what about construction zones? Because those aren't GPS,
True.
right?
Waze.
Waze and maybe, but Waze is crowdsourced.
But that's why you got to have the cameras, dude. This thing
Here's
has
the deal.
cameras.
Just
all
drive your
over
car.
it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just steer the car, guys.
Let's go away from this
Nick
business. Let's
Nick
go.
doesn't like to suck on his shirt, so he definitely doesn't eat while he drives.
There,
Nick,
there you go.
Hey, man.
you're an upstanding citizen.
I'm just saying right here, like, I mean, don't let any of that flav be depraved.
Yeah, but then if you get all that flav off there, then you just have this wet spot, and then you're like, "What's that from?"
And it
if
dries.
you really are like getting all the goodness, then it's probably gonna have a crease. And that's
But like,
just not
but
good.
what's it gonna be like if you let it dry and it's just spread? You know,
True.
and it's just you got a spread stain, and
Yeah.
people are like, "What
And it's
is
not like
that?"
ketchup. You can't be like, "Oh yeah, that's because I got cut." And, you know.
Yeah, no,
like,
with spread, it's like
what is that?
bad.
Are you guys hearing all this? Is everybody out there really interested?
You gotta
in this
suck the spread.
spread shirt.
Maybe.
But
we should-
what if the spread's like just a hologram? It's not actually there, and then you go to look at it and it's gone, but it's
Then
actually there.
I would call that Whitney Houston.
Whitney
What?
Houston. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this, guys? Whitney Houston is back.
What? And she's
What?
touring?
What?
She's back and she's touring. Whitney Houston
Who found this story?
is going on
Where did
tour.
this come from?
Wait,
That's
who would have
crazy.
found this story?
Where did it go? I did.
It was Jake.
Yay!
Yes. So Whitney Houston is touring again, which is odd because she's no longer with us.
yeah.
But she is touring via technology. So right
That's-
here,
that's the best
in the
use of
spirit
technology
of
right
Whitney
there.
Houston hologram tour set to begin. So I don't know if you guys saw
This is friggin' lit,
the,
dude.
so I don't know if you guys saw the original at, I think it was at Coachella,
Mm-hmm.
where Tupac performed with, who was he with? Or was it Michael Jackson, the first one before
think
Tupac?
Michael Jackson was the very first one they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they did a Tupac one. They have already done a Whitney Houston one.
Yeah. So now they're literally taking the hologram on tour.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well,
That is
it's cool
crazy.
because it's not just going to be a hologram. They're actually going to project it onto a person.
So there's a person going to be wearing like a
Well, but then
green
they have
screen
to, like,
idea thing.
Kind of. There's certain things that are going to be almost invisible, like a mesh, like framing that's going to be almost invisible. It's going to be a scrim on
Right.
stage with real dancers and live background band.
Yeah.
And so they're going to project onto that. But then also, right down there, it's the third paragraph after the ad. It says, "We created the hologram the same way they did Carrie Fisher in the Star Wars movie Rogue One."
Ooh, yes.
Said Marty Tudor, CEO of Base Hologram, which I'm sure Base is an acronym for something.
Yeah,
which
we-
means
we did lots of
bad,
studying.
a super elegant hologram.
Right. We so right here it says we did lots of studying her behavior in her videos. We would study her movements and find the best moments in some of the live videos that just really embodied her.
And there's
This
like
is
hundreds of
crazy.
hours. There's like
Yeah, I
like
bet.
240 something hours that they've
So much
compiled into
footage.
this.
Oh yeah. Yes, Tiffany, it's true. So there
Right?
so Whitney
I know.
Houston is going on tour. Now what does that say for these other like celebrities
Like David Bowie.
like David
Right.
Bowie?
That would be sweet.
Like
I want to
As
see
in memoriam, and they have a whole tour of whatever their best
Whoa!
songs.
I mean, you're talking Beatles. You're now. I would assume.
But you bring out Paul and Ringo, and they're actually up there and they're playing.
Right.
And then John comes up, and then Paul has a heart attack.
So, but oh, jeez.
Okay.
Paul becomes Greg Page.
But here's the thing though about that though. Like there is hours, probably years of footage of Whitney Houston. I don't know if there's that much footage of the older celebrity entertainers
Of the Beatles?
like of the Beatles. Like that
True.
would be good enough for them to recreate
the
like
Beatles
that.
the Beatles' first major performance was televised.
I know it was televised, but there's not near as much footage. I mean, you talk about how much footage they went through for.
Well,
Whitney
okay,
Houston.
true. I also think that like an issue with the Beatles would be that the Beatles stopped touring after 1963.
Okay.
Like they only toured for so long, and then
Yeah.
they eventually said, "We're just going to be an in-studio band."
Yeah.
And then everything
'Cause-
after that was just releases. It
Right.
wasn't them playing them live
Right.
ever. So I mean, that's going to put a damper on things.
And that was, and like you think about Jim Morrison, you think about like some of
Yeah.
these like crazy rock legends,
Right.
That they could do this with. But
That'd be
I don't know if that
crazy.
would. I don't
River
know if that would
Phoenix?
translate.
You know what?
But okay.
I would want a holographic school where I could go to and literally take a Tolkien class, and it's Tolkien himself giving the class.
Oh,
wow.
Maybe
that's fascinating.
like actually
But
having
like, how? But doesn't that have to be programmed by somebody?
yeah, which means you could just watch the video somewhere,
right?
if there's videos
from
or
somebody else talking.
or
But the immersive experience is
yeah.
what you're talking about.
And then we can go. I mean, someone could take creative license. Obviously, if you want to go into like you're doing philosophy classes and you literally have Plato and Aristotle and stuff like that actually standing there talking to
Wow,
you.
that'd be freaking cool.
New
wouldn't
Testament class, and you have Jesus.
right?
Wow.
I mean that. Okay, that's interesting.
They're going to make him white.
I would find that.
They're going to make him white Christ.
No, they would not. They would have to do it accurately.
Yeah.
They would have to do it.
They're like,
accurately.
we have a hologram of Jesus today. And I just walk into the classroom.
No, that would not be how it would
Blessed
work.
all the
No,
ones.
no. Maybe Thor.
But this technology is interesting because you think about the application to this, and it goes back also to the we've talked about deep fake like a ton of times here.
True,
But you talk
true.
about the deep fake and the hologram. Now we're not just talking about fake videos on the internet.
you could
We're
rewrite
talking about
history.
fake videos in like person, like a hologram. It'd be difficult right now with this technology to make it happen like in a crowd.
Yeah.
But there is potential with the way
Manchurian
that it's
Candidate.
moving. Manchurian Candidate. Like what's that one Gemini Man with Will Smith?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Was it?
I mean,
I didn't get to see it.
I never saw it.
Oh.
But I
Good idea.
do think the trailer was awesome.
The trailer was good.
And
yes.
when
it almost
we
made you
s-
want to go see it.
Yeah, when we saw that trailer together for the first
Yeah.
time, I was like, "New Fresh Prince!"
Yeah.
Like, just bring it back, you know. And then we could do a hologram of Phil,
Uncle Phil.
because
Oh,
he
man.
passed away.
didn't
So
he?
yeah,
Like all old TV shows. Like there's so many applications for this. It'll be interesting to see how big this tour gets because there's a lot to be said for the technology being cool, but is it cool enough for people to pay for a ticket? Because I'm assuming these aren't cheap to go
They
see
would
a
have
Whitney
to be
Houston.
the
Oh,
Michael
man, are you
Jacksons,
kidding?
the Whitney
Well, they-
Houstons and stuff.
they have to be like the gems, right? They have to be like the Whitney Houstons, the Michael Jacksons, the
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Princes. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like Prince is gonna sell out.
You know
in
what
a
I would do
hologram
if I was like a big time, entertainer like that, even now if I'm still alive and everything, is I would use that technology and be like, I'm going to be in Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and Atlanta
One night
this
tour.
day.
Ooh.
And
One
I'm
night
gonna have.
tour.
You can buy tickets to it. And you're gonna see the show, but only one of them is gonna be real.
And you don't know which
and
one
you don't
it
know
is,
which one it
right?
is. It's like when you
like a
have
mystery
like that
box.
game, in middle school and stuff, where you have to stick your hand in like the jar and like pull out the one black licorice thing, or the cookie has like the little M&M in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right?
Yeah. You know what? I think that actually is a really cool application. Like I'm still here, but I'm going to be at multiple locations at once. You don't know which one's going to be which.
The fake shows are only an hour. And then the
it's
real
full show and
show's
everything,
like
but
3
what
hours.
you do is like instead of it being like say you're Metallica, right, and it's like $250 ticket usually minimum. It's like okay, now we're gonna be in these shows and it's just gonna be a $90 ticket. It's way cheaper than usual, but hey, it's 5 shows at once, so they're not really missing out on the dough.
Yep.
But one lucky arena is gonna have the actual band.
But then do you think people get butthurt because they weren't
Yeah, a
with
little
the
bit.
actual band?
It has to be. I mean, it has to be in the know. Like it's got to be that. If you just say,
It's like
hey, we're going to
gambling.
do this thing, and we're only going to be at one of them, ha 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 ha, then people are going to be pissed.
Well,
but I
then
think
it's
if you were like, hey, we're going to do these,
Yeah, I
go
don't
for
know.
it,
I think
and
this is-
maybe it funds something.
I don't know if
Well, people
it
would
be
definitely
worth it.
know if they were going to be in multiple cities at the same exact time, because I mean, there's like forums for this. There's forums for people to go online and be like, oh, does anybody have tickets to like go see this date in this
Right.
city? And they'll be like,
Right.
wait a minute, they're playing in this city on
They
that
would
date.
have to market it and say it's the virtual tour or something
Right,
like that.
right.
And it would be some weird thing. So I don't know. It might be a thing, but it depends on how this Whitney Houston tour goes to
True.
see if it actually takes off.
But what they are saying
It's
is
an
that
eventuality now, though.
apparently the hologram thing has gone way up in realism since
Yeah.
the
I'm
2012
curious to see
Coachella, where Tupac's holographic stint with Snoop Dogg was first
Yep.
seen. With little of the flickering unreality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, flickering unreality. Let's say that's what it is. Audiences have expected that. They've started to come up to the point where it's like, okay, we're going to see these holograms on stage, and it's not going to be like a big deal. You're not going to be able to tell, or you're going to be able to straight up tell when you see it, like that
You're
this is a
gonna know.
hologram.
Yeah.
But apparently they're saying not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, and again, I'm skeptical. I'm not all in that this is going to be great, but there were a lot of people that were skeptical about our next story, yet it has been able to conquer the movie world.
Yeah,
Right.
this is so cool.
So we're talking about Parasite, the movie
Yeah.
Parasite. So it won Best Picture.
it did win Best Picture.
And it's an interesting thing because it's been available in the box office and streaming. Like they've been
Yeah.
doing this a lot with
That's
movies.
crazy because I didn't even know you could stream it right now.
Yeah, so
I
you
would've
can
watched
stream
it.
because like that. The Irishman was that way. It came out streaming
on
and
Netflix.
Netflix. Parasite was that way. What was the
Actually,
other one?
the marriage story is also
no, the
on
Marriage
Netflix.
Story.
Irishman. Did you guys say Irishman already?
Yeah, I did say Irishman.
Did you guys see it? Because I wanted to, but it's like 3.5
Yeah, I
hours.
never
long.
Marriage
actually
Story?
got around.
No.
No,
Oh, The Irishman.
I saw
Oh, no,
Marriage
not yet.
Story. Marriage
good?
Story is very good.
That's Kylo
Okay.
Ren.
yeah.
Does he cut off anybody's
Adam
head
and
Driver.
with
Black
a
and Black
lightsaber?
Widow.
No, but
No.
but he does cut himself on accident with a box cutter.
Who
Whoopsies.
doesn't? That's realism.
Spoiler
right there.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
No, but like he does this little magic trick for his son. Like their son
Yeah.
is like this big.
Don't
plot
I do
point.
want to watch it.
Okay.
So,
And he's
so
just like-
don't like.
He's like, oh, it's this little thing I do when he thinks that I cut myself, and he actually cuts himself.
Is
with
it a tragedy or is it like a?
Oh, it's a very
it's
heavy
a
dramatic.
very it's a very heavy story, but I wouldn't say that it's like bad. I mean,
Okay.
It's a good drama movie.
yeah. Your heart breaks, but at the same time, you're like, oh, these people are going to be okay.
So let's get to Parasite.
Right. All right, yeah,
so
Parasite.
they rakes in at box office even while streaming, and that's a game changer. That's a game changer just because of the way it's going to work with
Oh,
the
yeah.
industry. So the fact that they can multi-release, they can release in theaters and they can release streaming, and it can make sense. Because
Right.
when I saw that starting happening, I'm like, there's no way that people are going to go to the theater to see a movie when they can just watch it at home.
Well, there's still like nerds like me that will go,
But there
and
has
watch
to be
it.
enough for it to financially
Yeah.
make sense, which evidently there is because of what happened with Parasite.
Oh yeah, and here's the deal, guys. Right here in that first paragraph, right, it's telling you that this is going to have one of the biggest post-win grosses of any Best Picture since The King's Speech in 2011.
Biggest
right?
post win since the King's Speech.
Now, really interesting. I thought it was really interesting for the first time seeing that Tarantino was going to re-release Once Upon a Time into movie theaters for another edit of the movie for people to be able to
He's
go in and
always
see
got
something.
another edit, though.
No, I know, but he hasn't put them back into movie theaters in the past.
Oh, he hasn't?
No,
it's
so
only
people-
been released on DVD or
Yeah,
streaming?
on like a
Ooh.
director's cut. So he's like, oh, there's like a couple new scenes in this one. We're gonna re-release it to theaters. You can go watch it, and it was such a hit, people did.
Oh.
Parasite is going back to IMAX movie theaters for a week.
So it's special engagement. And I think, okay, so that's the thing about this that I think is really actually powerful moving forward is it's a unique experience. Kris, you and I have talked about that immersive experience thing and how that is something that makes a difference in anything.
Yeah.
And you just talked about it with the Tolkien school
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Like there is something to be said for an experience, like a concert or even going to a movie in a theater when you're with other people, you get that reaction,
Yep.
you feel that emotion.
Not only that, but the room itself, the chairs
Yeah.
you're in, the sound, everything.
It's built for that. Not very few of us, none of us in this room have home theaters.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish.
So that'd be awesome.
Right.
So that
Never
is
leave the
something
house.
that
I have
is
the next best
interesting.
thing.
What's the next best thing?
Going to Chapman and watching movies in their screening room.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
that's still
yeah,
theater.
It's pretty
it's
nice.
still theater. So Parasite. So what's the numbers down here?
So on Oscar night, they had grossed 34 million.
Wow.
As of February 18th, they were at 44 million. After the next weekend, 48 million. Given its current strength, it should keep up most of its top theaters and cross 55 million. Even 60 million isn't impossible.
And see, I never once heard of this movie until it won the Oscar.
I saw it. Well, see, I saw it on streaming services.
Oh, really?
I saw it pop up as a recommended thing.
Did
And
you
I'm
watch
like,
it?
No.
Oh,
Well, that's the thing
It's
too.
so
is-
good.
is by the sound of the name and everything, I'm like, rate a horror thriller won Best Picture? Really? Like, that's crazy.
it's not really a horror film.
It's not.
No.
Oh.
I mean, it definitely is a thriller. I would say that towards the end, it kind of does cross over the line of horror a little
I
bit.
mean, I heard it has a huge twist to it.
It really does. But it's more of social commentary.
Right. That's what I heard too. And that I think is why. I mean, we haven't got into the Oscars on here, but the whole Oscar thing was kind of crazy from
Well, it has been
from a political standpoint. And I feel like that people are talking about that about Parasite, but I'm like, but it's still a movie. Like if
Right.
it's a good movie, it should win.
Right.
Like these numbers here is crazy. So nearly 30 million in box office while available
Yeah.
viewing at home, and
That's
then another
crazy.
20 million post
after the Oscars.
Post Oscars, 20 million.
Well, that's one thing that's crazy is like you can still go see this movie in movie theaters.
Right. I see it on the marquee at Cinema
Yeah.
City all the time when I drive by.
Yeah, and so like it's already won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Right? And then people are driving down the street and they go, "Oh, the movie that won 2019 or 2020 Best Picture, right?
Yep.
Is still in movie theaters. Let's go see it."
Well, you know what's cool about that too is because I thought about it, like, well, why? Because you can just go home watch it on Amazon Prime, whatever. But
Right.
then it's like, well, what if you don't have Amazon Prime? There's an
Yeah,
opportunity to
that's
see that
true.
movie, right then and there.
But you can get Amazon. Okay, you can't get Amazon
Yeah.
Prime, but you can get Netflix for 3 months.
Yeah.
True.
For the cost of one movie ticket,
True,
almost in IMAX, anyways.
What would be the difference if like all the nominees, they're at the theaters and everything, making money, whatever, and then the week before the actual award show,
Can them?
they go on
They
streaming.
release them on streaming.
That way, I don't know. But then again, I don't know if they can. Do they get money?
When are we
somehow
going to get rid
for
of the
streaming.
Academy?
Oh, dude, I don't know. You're SAG. Talk to him about it.
Dude, that's politics right there.
So yeah, this is fascinating that it's actually succeeding. Because when I saw the Irishman thing, I was like, "This is weird. This is not going to work." Well, I was wrong.
Blows
I will
up,
admit
man.
it. I was wrong, people.
Well,
I was wrong.
I think that's actually something that's positive. I think it's
Oh,
it's something
yeah.
for us to be able to look at and say, "Oh, wait a minute, just because we have streaming services doesn't mean that the actual experience and community of being able to go to a movie theater, enjoying watching that and be surrounded by people if you're not friends with these people that you're watching this movie with, right? There's a comfortability aspect that goes in with that, but at the same time it's an experience. It's a way to go and experience something that you're not going to be able to experience on every day from a day-to-day basis. And that's what movies do in general, but it's on a heightened stage.
Yeah.
And that's the same reason why, we talked about like the ratings for sports last week.
Yeah.
The ratings on television are going to go down because you know how hard it is to watch a full 9-inning baseball game on TV? It's so hard.
rough.
It's so hard. But at the same time,
rough.
it's so much fun to go to a game.
Yeah.
And
Even
so
I like going to a game. I don't like baseball.
yeah,
because
exactly.
Because
and like
of the food, guys.
right? Well, sure.
Well, yeah,
but
hot
then
dogs,
because of the
beer.
community,
Come
because of
on.
the fact that there's like hundreds of thousands, probably tens of thousands of people standing up and cheering for
Right.
one common interest, right? When a human being is in that environment, they're going to feel something.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Same thing with music, same thing with anything. Like holograms, will be it whatnot. I don't know. But at the same time, there's always going to be this human impulse that we have to enjoy things like that, which is why I don't think that it's too far-fetched to say that even as technology increases and changes, the way that human beings interact with each other is going to be different, but that's not going to change either.
I just read an article or heard a story. I don't know what it was. Something about, I think I must have been listening to a podcast where somebody was saying that people go to the grocery store to decompress from all of the screen stuff that they're doing. So like there is a theory, and I believe it, because yesterday I went for a 2-mile walk at 2:00 in the afternoon just because I need to get out of the office.
Yeah.
Like there is something to be saying that because we're so dialed into technology and our phones and our screens and things, that now the new release, the new balancing act is to go do something outside and physical and with people, and that interaction is going to be so much more valuable. It already is.
Oh yeah.
So you think about that fact of it, and I just looked up the Parasite thing. You can also rent it on YouTube and on Amazon Play and Amazon Prime. So you don't have to have Amazon Prime. You can spend $4.
That's what we did.
Rent it. Like that's the thing about that I says there's. So it's the streaming from the unlimited streaming, but also how many people rented it when they heard it was going to be an Oscar thing.
I did it after it won the Oscar.
Should have done that with the Joker. Still haven't seen it.
You got to. The Joker's good.
No, I haven't.
Are you guys serious?
I don't have time.
We started watching The Dark Knight last night, though.
Oh, I love that one. I love that.
But
you
you've
want to see
seen
a
it like
magic
a
trick?
gajillion times. Wait a minute, guys. I have to say this right now. Original Batman playing at Cinema City on May 4th.
What?
Wait. Yes.
On May
Michael
the
Keaton
4th?
Batman.
Yes.
On Star Wars Day.
We're taking Travis.
Okay, cool.
That is going to be that's going to be a boys' day. It's going to be good. David, if you want to fly out. Ben, if you want to come on out.
If anybody lives in the Orange County, Yorba Linda area,
yes.
We're taking over. Trending stories taking over.
Wait a minute. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's all go see. Let's all go see the original Batman.
And we should
May
dress
4th.
like we dressed in 1989.
We should dress in Star Wars characters.
Jake would be in Angel Wings.
Yeah,
because
Would it be
he would
Angel
not be
Wings?
alive.
Let's dress in Star Wars character costumes and go see Batman.
You know what? I love that idea. I think, hey, we're going to do a TSTO show Batman viewing.
That'd be
at
awesome.
Cinema City and the Starbucks.
And then
next
we'll
door.
do Cats the next week.
No. But
Well,
you know
dressed
what?
like cats. It'd be great.
We got through all those stories.
We did. Jellicle bats for Jellicle mans.
I had doubts.
I had doubts too. That was a lot of stories. But you know what? That was good. There's some really good stuff. And you know what? If Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise were to fight,
I'll moderate.
I would.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
we
would
should
go.
be the. We should
We'll be
totally
the
be
commenters. I'll be the ref.
Yeah,
I'll wear
Chris
the
is the
gloves.
ref. We'll be the commentators.
I wanna do a clean
I
fight.
don't know how much they can get to.
No singing
And I'll just
loud.
be like, look at this little baby boy. He's just getting destroyed. And Todd's going to be like, Justin Bieber comes in with another right hook. And I'll be like, I hope his right hook falls off.
And then we'll have to have Ben Stiller come in and talk about Tom's training. As
Right?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Haley there, just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, it's like Fat
Haley
Camp, but
Bieber.
with like really skinny dudes.
Excellent.
Oh, guys, you know what? That was a lot of fun. This has been Trending Stories taking over.
fun.
Hey, our giveaway's almost over. If you have not gone to contest.tstoshow.com, go there right now. Sign up. You can win $50 to Amazon or $20 to Starbucks and $10 to Starbucks. Hey, I almost gave away too much money.
Wow.
Or you get 25% off merch, everybody that enters. You guys, you know what? Trending Stories are taking over, and this is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We're
it
glad
is.
that you guys are here. I'm Todd
Thank you.
Frazier.
I'm Jake Frazier.
I'm Chris Cody.
And this has been Trending Stories taking over. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. Follow us on Facebook. Do
All the
all the
places.
things. All the places. Subscribe on Spotify.
Seamless.
Subscribe on the places.
Seamless
all
shout
of
outs.
the things.
Yes.
Seamless plugs.
All right, guys.
Boom.
Go suck the spread off your shirt.
What? Wait, what? What?